Hey, this is Ben Solomon, and welcome to this episode of the Techno Leadership Show. In this episode, which is our last episode of season 3, just gonna, thank you for listening, watching through the whole season, as well as prior seasons if you've been watching and, continuing the journey with me. A lot of the stuff that we've covered this season was around managing teams, especially managing remote and hybrid teams, which in today's day and age is a very important aspect. And I believe going forward, this is what it's going to be like the future. Yes, I understand there are going to be situations where like help desk staff are needed to be on premise for certain reasons if you have most of your office back in the building. But in most cases, as we continue to progress through the 2020s and 2030s, I think we are going to be seeing a lot more work from home or work from like hybrid co-working hubs, so to speak. That is going to be the future. That is the future that I've been discussing with some of my friends for over a decade now, and I thought it'll take a bit longer for it to become reality and mainstream because of how various industries take a lot of time for shifting. But now, with everything that has happened in 2020 and 2021, we know that we have the capability and the infrastructure to be able to do that. Working from home may not always be the best thing. We still do need some form of human connection. So I think as we progress through the next few years, we'll start to see co-working hubs becoming a spot where people from different companies probably go into different sections of a co-working hub, or bigger companies might start dropping their leases of big offices that they have in the central business districts of various cities and start investing in hubs of sorts where people from 5 to 10 kilometers around can go in and work from. It'll depend on a lot of factors, but it's a space that I'm watching with a lot of curiosity and interest, because I see the future as being a distributed world where we all have the opportunity to work from home or from a little hub near our house, which means less commute, less traffic, less stress, better real estate pricing across the board, and a lot of other factors that will only help improve overall lifestyle and quality of life as such. It's something that hopefully happens in a more sustainable and better manner, so that you're not ending up bankrupting people who've invested a lot into real estate and other businesses and everything, but at the same time doesn't take too long that it becomes almost ineffective thing. So yeah, let's see what happens in that space. I'm really, really interested and curious, and I'm always looking at probabilities of what the world would look like in 10, 20, 50 years, if not more sometimes. And I have a group of people that I speak to who work in different industries, not just in tech, so which means we have a lot of open discussions around how various industries could morph and change to move into this sort of a world where we live more distributed lives, more lives and lifestyles where we are aiming more for quality of life over this whole premise of having to work in the offices and work in a central business district of sorts. Anyways, we'll see how that goes. So that is like how leadership has worked for hybrid teams and remote teams for myself. I've had it in my own business. I've also worked in another business where we did hybrid work, which meant as a leader, I've had to lead a team that was in a hybrid situation. I've also, in my own business, led employees, contractors who were in different countries. So I know that although it's not quote unquote easy, if you look at it from the perspective of your traditional management models, it's not impossible, and it just takes a shift in mindset of how we work and how work is even done along the lines of having KPIs that are results oriented, not based on how many hours you work, but on the results that you get. I don't care if someone takes 4 hours to do something or 4 minutes to do it, if they can really do it, as long as the results gotten, and I'm paying for the result and not for the time that someone sits in front of a computer or doing whatever. And I understand that in some industries that's not going to be possible, and in those industries we'll still have some form of traditional management and leadership styles there, but it's finding that happy medium of hybrid to make it all work effectively for everyone involved, for the business so that they can stay in business, as well as for the employees so that they can have better quality of life. So I've also spoken in this season about returning to an IT or tech career after a long break. In that case, you've had some form of foundation in IT and technology and you're coming back. We've also spoken about hiring, which is, I've had the opportunity to do some hiring and been fairly successful, I would say, so far. So I've shared some of my thought process around that. I've also talked about certifications and degrees and if they're really needed. In some places they are, some places they're not. So that's there. And then I've also spoken about technical skills and CTOs, CIOs. Do we really need to have that deep technical skills? I believe business acumen and business skills are more important than that, and the ability to lead teams well is more important. So yeah, those are, again, my opinions, things that I've seen in my own career and in my own leadership and my own management, and I'm sharing my perspectives. The hope is that in future seasons, potentially season 5, 6, I would bring other people who are in the tech space in other industries into some interview format and make it even more of a getting different perspectives, so that's not just my perspective. There is perspective of others from different industries who've seen things from different viewpoints, but also have seen the world from their point of view and experience, which changes how we perceive the world. Then yeah, I've also walked through my process of how I research a company, the people in the company, and all those aspects before I apply for a role, and how to write an effective cover letter for that sort of thing, how to mitigate risks in a business, and how to think strategically as a long-term thinker in an executive leadership role. In executive leadership roles, you're thinking broad, long-term, holistic thought processes on how you can holistically improve the business, make it more competitive and innovative, while giving your clients and your internal staff and stakeholders the best possible experiences that they can have. And then we've spoken about stress and burnout. That's very important things, especially in the technology space. It's a epidemic of sorts, stress and burnout. It's not talked about much because we burn out, we lose desire to be in the tech space, some of us, and even leave because of that, because we haven't got the right strategies in place to support ourselves, or we've been in environments that are toxic and treated us like dirt and not like humans. So again, in those sort of circumstances, you've got to make the decision and get out of that environment, because it can crush your spirit and your desire to want to be in the tech space and want to serve the clients and the businesses that you have the potential to serve. And then finally, we finished off with how we technologists have a potential to focus too much on the technology and latest shiny thing rather than the holistic improvement and innovative opportunities that it affords the business that we're working for. So I've spoken about how we can start thinking more holistically, more from the perspective of how any initiative is going to support the whole business and its future, and how we can then tack on the right technologies and the right things to support that bigger vision. So hopefully you've learned a lot from season 3, things that you can use in your current career or as you're moving up into management and leadership roles. Season 4, I'm gonna try and focus more and more on management and executive leadership. I've done a lot around how to find your strengths, weaknesses, and all of those sort of things in season 1. How to translate all of that into your career in terms of tactically writing cover letters, doing a resume, and all those sort of things in season 2 and parts of season 3. So yeah, season 4, I'm gonna keep it even more strategic and then go from there into like a strategic and leadership style thing. And also, time permitting, start working with a few people one-on-one and potentially in a group setting to help them upgrade their career and upgrade their leadership as well in the tech space. So once again, thank you for following the journey, and if you have any questions, if you would like me to share information around whatever area that you think I've missed so far, please do leave me a comment either on the YouTube channel under any of the YouTube videos or at technoleadership.org. That is technoleadership.org. And go to the contact form and just send me a message with the question that you have, and I'll either reply to you directly or do a video so that the answer can be shared to many people while also answering your question. Hopefully that helps you out. I wish you all the best in your career as a tech professional, manager, and leader. If you like this episode, again, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so that future episodes you get the notification for. Have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you in a future episode. Take care.